So, in theory, mobilizing reservists is what you would do to resolve the manpower problem. So there is a logic to this. The problem, broadly speaking, is that, Russia in its military reform was not planning on long-term occupation of its neighbors. The force was not designed for this. And clearly this force was not designed to fight was not even put together in such a way as to fight a long war. And it's also involved stop-loss orders, to use the US analogy. In other words, to prevent people who are currently contract soldiers from ending their contracts. So the idea then is to do that, basically dramatically increasing the Russian force on the ground in Ukraine. One of the major aspects of Russian military reform starting in the early 2010s was dismantling its mass mobilization system. But there still is a whole reserve system. It had been largely neglected in the last 10 years, and they sort of rushed to get it up and running in 2021. A lot of sort of college-educated Russians, Muscovites in urban cities, passed through the so-called military department, within their university, and got a title after doing some training, and I think probably assumed that they would never have to use that again. But we really don't know what kind of capabilities it can produce, and in what time frame. So it's a big question mark, and it's something that will play out over the coming weeks and months. Russia seems poised to, at least by its definition, increase its territory. This, creates a sort of implicit threat for potential future Ukrainian counteroffensives. So let's say they go through with the annexation and start, treating Kherson and Donetsk and Luhansk and Zaporizhia as parts of Russia. Well, by the metric that Putin has established, if Ukraine then takes these areas back, they've violated Russia's territorial integrity, and all means at Russia's disposal will be deployed to counter that. So it is implicitly a sort of attempt to coerce via, raising the specter of nuclear war. Now, will Putin follow through on that is another story, but I think it's hard not to see it as linked to this question about annexation.